Hey, good morning, good people. Welcome to Russ Can Fly. It's day number 5.
Oh my goodness, Russ can fly.
Okay, so yes, it is day number 5, and it is now Monday, April 6th, 10:05 in the morning. Now, this is going to be an interesting day. Now, normally in the syllabus, we would be, day 5 would be other procedures. You know, we would look at stars, DBs, review as needed, ILS approaches, VOR, GPS, holes, partial panel, that kind of stuff, just to kind of shore that up in the airplane. But this is the day that we're taking the airplane, Charlie, over to the Avionics shop to see if they can't dial in that antenna for the ILS and VOR stuff. It's a little wonky. So I'm praying this morning that you're able to dial that in. But the other thing that's going to be happening today is there's weather. I mean, we've got plans, but the weather and the good Lord kind of controls it all. And so there may be some weather, so we may have to file, so I may get some actual. So yeah, it is crazy, but we are getting to the end. Now, this going to be really crazy. So next week, you will see day 6. That's when it's all supposed to come together. So that will be Tuesday, April 7th. And then Wednesday, April 8th, that's check ride day. Now, I've already checked the weather, and it's going to be gusty. I'm seeing anywhere from 10 to 15, gusting 20, 25. So it's going to be a challenging day. But you know what? What can I say? Everything about this has been challenging. And so I could potentially discontinue to the next day. But, I'm going to just allow myself to be led to make the right decisions because I just want to get this done. That's my prayer to the good Lord. I know He hears me, and His will be done. So I'm going to go find myself some breakfast. I am meeting Jared over at Atlantic Aviation at 6:30. So I want to get some breakfast. I actually want to review some things and get myself ready for a long day. Now, it's interesting because I'm pretty sure that that I will be, I'm already thinking about tonight. If it's 7 or 8 and I'm still up, it will be a surprise for sure. So anyway, let me get myself together, gonna get some breakfast, and then I'm gonna take you with me, on this, as much of this day that I can. All right, day 5 on tap. Let's get it. Because that might sound like it was impossible, but that's the way it felt like
this morning. I gotcha.
That's why when I came out, I was like, my gosh, is this like hurricane season already?
I don't know. It's just been a windy week.
Yeah.
Last week it was maybe max was like 10 knots.
Yeah.
And just smooth air. Now Zach told us they opened at 8. Is that what he said?
I think so.
But I looked on the website. It says 9 o'clock. So we'll see how that might just hang out.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do some ground, knock a bunch of stuff out.
All right, that should be good. Clear prop. All right. Good morning, Charlie.
Check. Gotcha.
Yeah. All right, very good.
Fly tower assigned heading, maintain 2000, so we just plug in 2000 up there.
Okay, so 2000.
And expect 2000 10 minutes after departure. 120.7 on the frequency once we depart.
2000. 120.
Yeah, we'll wait till we switch over the tower for that.
Right, okay.
Yep, just get everything plugged in on the ground.
Yep. And was there anything else? Was that just direct?
Yep, just direct.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so this is the first. So when you have a flight plan, they've given you a flight plan, I don't have to call for a VFR request.
Nope. So we're filing, so it'd be IFR clearance.
Clearance, okay.
He already gave us the clearance, so we'll see. This is the first time I'm getting it before I even contact them.
Okay.
So we'll contact ground, see what they say, and just see if we can taxi, because they won't taxi us without a clearance.
Okay.
So. But let's get the approach already set.
Okay.
In, even during your check ride. If he probably will brief you on the 3 approaches you're doing.
Okay.
When you're sitting in the plane, load
Just
that first one in.
Okay,
Load
gotcha.
it in.
Alright, so we're doing the RNAV GPS for 5. Now,
Envoy 3571, we're on mic number 2.
just out of curiosity, so once I get to this point and I'm looking at my transition,
Yep.
am I asking for that, or am I just leaving it for vectors?
I would go ahead and throw in what we'd expect. So we'd probably expect Muncie. Is that what that is? Mutsi? The initial approach
yeah,
fix.
Mutsi, okay.
Ground taxi Alpha left,
So
Charlie.
we'll throw in Mutsi just for now. We can always change it and just load it. Yep, so we still have directions going to RBW.
Yep.
Then he'll clear us for the approach.
Okay, gotcha.
Envoy 3571.
Alright, so I think everything is in.
Yep. Alright, so we got the approach in. We got all our nav set up. Radios are set. Squawking 4261. We got the weather. Or we go ahead and throw in the weather for RBW just to be ahead of the game, ahead of the plane.
Yep.
Alright, so with the IFR clearance, we turn out at 400 feet here.
Okay.
So the heading they give us to fly, if it's runway heading, you just fly runway heading, but they give us like a 270 or 280. At 400 feet, we'll start that turnout.
Gotcha.
So you're on the ground?
Yep. Yep. And that's where yep. Good morning, Charleston ground. November 1541 Charlie over at Atlantic with India, ready to taxi IFR.
Number 1541 Charlie, Charleston ground, runway 33, taxi via Golf.
33 via Golf, 41 Charlie. Okay.
Okay, so as we taxi out and get ready to turn out to taxi to 33, it was interesting that 4Flight actually sent us the entire clearance through a text message. It was really cool.
Plenty of room on my side.
Okay. I can't imagine having a diamond back here. That wingspan is pretty big.
Oh, yeah. So here in Charleston, in the mornings you can always expect, most of the time, using 3-3 or 0-3.
Okay.
Because the sea breeze and then like land breeze, I forgot the actual technical meaning behind it. Or which one, if there's a land breeze in the morning or sea breeze in the morning.
Juliet, close wide open, you'll be released upon reaching.
You know, it's really interesting. When I came in, Signature, there was a line of planes sitting right here trying to get in there.
Yep, they shut down Signature and Atlantic for definitely the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
When you are required to hold short for the ILS, will that be like NOTAM? Like, how will you get an indication that you gotta?
They will tell you to hold short. That's the
Okay.
only time you have to hold short.
Okay.
But some untowered airfields, you'll see that they have ILS criticals as well.
Okay.
You want to hold short those when the ceilings are below like 600
Okay.
or 500. When it's low IFR, close to low IFR, you want to hold short just because we're not blocking any frequencies or messing with any instrument landing system on a plane who could be coming in.
Right.
But here, you only hold short if they tell you to hold short.
Okay. Yeah, I always wondered, like, when do you know when to hold short?
Yeah, they'll tell you.
All right, what is that departure?
120.7. Perfect. All right, let's do our pre-takeoff.
All right, pre-takeoff. Mixer's gonna go full rich, and we got landing light and fuel pump to go.
All right, so turn out at 400 feet.
Okay.
And throw all your lights on and let them know we're ready to roll.
Okay.
Looks like we got a nice crosswind off the right.
Okay.
So make sure we have that correction in.
Good morning, Tower. Cherokee 1541 Charlie, holding short at 33 Golf, ready for departure.
Number 1541 Charlie, Charleston Tower, turn left heading 280, runway 33, clear for takeoff. Wind 0408, gust 21.
280, runway 33, clear for takeoff, 41 Charlie.
All right, mixture's rich.
Mixture's rich. Fuel pump's on, landing lights on. Not used to all of these piano keys.
You're good. Runway 33.
All right, I say 33, 33, 33. All right,
let's roll.
Heels to the floor, full power.
Get that crosswind correction into the right.
All right, engine instruments in the green. Fuel pressure. Oil pressure all look good. Airspeed is alive.
Give a lot of credit for student pilots who do their training out of CHS, because leaving this airport is so intimidating. So just know you are so ahead of the curve.
Everything's looking good.
Right.
400, left turn, 280.
Bridge 398, runway 33, clear for takeoff.
For takeoff, tree, Bridges 398.
Or 1541 Charlie, contact departure.
Forward to departure. Thank you for your help. See ya.
Alright, you're on departure. It's your turn, don't overshoot. 280, he told us to fly.
Yeah.
Get over there. Go ahead and let departure know you're with him.
Good morning, departure November 1541 Charlie, 1000, climbing 2000, 280 heading.
We're 1541 Charlie, Charleston departure, radar contact. Confirm when you have the weather and NOTAMs at Walterboro Airport and say approach request.
Will confirm weather and approach request is the RNAV GPS for runway 5.
41 Charlie, roger. Will this be a full stop?
Affirmative, 41 Charlie.
Alright. We're not going to pick it up from out here, probably.
No, okay.
Wait till we get to 2000, then we'll try to pick it up. Alright. You want to go ahead and throw those foggles on? My controls?
Your controls. Alright, my controls.
Your controls.
My controls.
Go ahead and level us at 2000.
Charleston departure, radar contact. I'll maintain 10,000, 10,000.
You can turn that overhead. That'll get rid of some of the...
41 Charlie, fly heading 255, vector final.
255, vector for final, 41 Charlie.
Alright, 255. You said overhead?
Yeah, so there's like a little turn. That'll get rid of some of the air coming in.
I got it. Alright, so he said we gotta maintain 2000. We gotta be right on our altitudes here. So get that nose down, get the trim out if the trim's fighting you. Get down, get that nose down. Give us 2000, so we gotta stay at 2000.
And 255, okay.
Alright, and he said vector's the final. So what do we do now?
Alright, so...
Get that nose down. Can't be climbing. These altitudes are exact. There you go.
Alright, so we gotta go back here, proc. Activate vectors to final.
Yep, there we go. Now he's vectoring us, so all we're getting is headings. So he's going to give you that PTAC clearance once we get closer, right?
Right.
Okay. Stay on that 255. Now we'll go back.
At 398, contact Jacksonville Center.
Situational. So he'll put us at least how many miles out from the final approach fix?
At least 5.
Yeah, typically 3 to 5.
Okay.
Yeah. Just try to hold that altitude.
Holding altitude was one of my greatest struggles during this whole training, and a lot of it had to do with my brain is just firing on kinds of places and stuff, and I needed to focus on my scan.
Alright, so we bring up this plate so I can brief it real quick.
41 Charlie, turn right heading 270.
Right, 270, 41 Charlie. Alright, so this is the RNAV GPS for runway 5. Low country, RBW.
And being bumped around, as you can see, didn't help either. It was gusty.
Making sure I'm good here. Alright, approach course is 049. Runway length is 6,000. And we got touchdown zone 96. Airport elevation is 101.
Zulu, weather, wind, 020 at 8 gust, 17, visibility, 10.
Keep flying that 270,
Yeah,
right?
I'm trying to slow her down too.
Yep.
We're getting
3012.
3012, 3012, 3012. Okay. We got our weather.
Good morning, stationary 1276 Alpha.
Get that nose down. Yep. There you go. Just keep that scan rolling.
We've got the weather, so we don't have to worry about the increases in the notes. AWOS is 118, we got that. Charleston, we're already on, we got that.
North 76 Alpha, proceed direct Florence.
Alright, so let's,
76 Alpha,
and you got the Unicom, missed approach, climb 2100 direct Lamkey and hold. So we're going to be coming in, so he's vectoring us.
Yep.
So most likely it's going to be in between like Lamkey.
Watch your head. The one is 270, right?
I thought 275.
Yeah.
Or thereabouts.
Yep.
And yeah, we want to be at or above 2400 at
Yeah, we're still turning.
at Lamkey. And approach course again is going to be 049. And we're going to be down at Limby at or above 1700. And then our minimums are 431. And if we don't have the runway in sight, again, straight out climb to, so we'll Out climb 2100 to 2100, direct Lamke and hold.
Yep.
That hold is going to be a parallel at Lamke.
Okay.
Freaky 35.
Sounds good to me.
Alright, so we are... okay.
Situational awareness. That's the final approach fix right there. Right there, lip me.
Okay.
So he's going to get us at least 3 to 5 miles out past it.
Gotcha.
That's why I'm going to hold our heading. Just, you're doing well now, that's good. That's why we hold our heading, so we make it a little bit easier for it. Yeah.
Yep, got it.
So look up, look down at the heading, look at the altitude, keep your scan going. Because naturally, if you look down, you're going to want to go left or right, pull back on the stick. So we got to look up and just try to keep as neutral as possible. I know with this turbulence, it's a little bumpy, makes it difficult.
But I got you. Roger that.
Yes, sir. So to intercept, we'll probably expect to be given a heading like 335, 33 something, 340.
Yep.
For our heading. For that PTAC. Then he'll probably give us that 2,000. Yep, we'll first stay at 2,000. Then we'll intercept, and he'll clear us for the RNAV, or the RNAV runway 5.
Alright, so we are 12 out at about 5. What I want to start doing is start thinking about my configuration for landing.
So we got the weather. Let's let him know we got the weather.
Oh, and approaches November 1541 Charlie has the weather at Waterboro.
41 Charlie, roger.
Alright, so we are about 10 out and just waiting to hear vectors.
See the bricks, yeah, returning. There you go. Yeah, get back on that heading. Is that 275, right?
Yep.
We're flying 285 right now. We need, go.
Number 41 Charlie, you can turn 10 degrees to the left, just widen you out for your turn to final.
Alright, 10 degrees to the left, 41 Charlie. Alright, heading 265, 2000.
Alright, so he's going to give us probably a final turn about right around here to intercept, 340, 350.
Okay.
Probably. We just read back the TAC of the PTAC.
Gotcha.
So turn, altitude, clearance.
Roger that. Don't have to worry about the position. Okay, so thank you for putting that frequency in for me.
So we should be expecting that PTAC clearance anytime now.
Okay. Once I get my turn, I'm going to configure.
Alright, yeah, once you get on the final.
Final, yep.
Number 41 Charlie, turn right, heading 020 and join the final.
Turn right, heading 020 to join final, 41 Charlie.
Clear 525, clear to Gulf Victor Lima Airport via Executive 1 departure. Collier's transition, then as filed. Climb via the SID, squawk 7347, hold for release.
020.
1,600.
November 1541 Charlie, 10 miles from the airport, maintain 2,000 till established on the final approach course. Cleared RNAV runway 5 approach. Walker Airport.
Alright, cleared for the RNAV GPS for Waterboro, runway 5, Waterboro, 41 Charlie.
Right there, we need to read back. You don't need to go back, but read back that 2,000 till intercept.
Okay.
So keep that 020 so we can intercept.
60, 2,000.
Alright, glide slope's alive.
Glide slope's alive. Alright.
2760 Charles Parker.
Rich is going to go full Rich.
10,000.
Just get that landing light on.
Delta 2760.
Landing light on. Fuel pump's going to go on.
Alright, Lima Tango, airport 11 o'clock, 5 miles.
Alright.
In sight, 8 from Tango.
Let's go ahead and slow down.
Approach runway 3.
Cleared visual, runway 03, Aviation Center.
November 41 Charlie, you can advise cancellation of IFR and air with me, or on the ground via the phone number I can give you. There's no traffic between you and the field at this time.
We'll go ahead and cancel with you, 41 Charlie.
41 Charlie, IFR cancellation received, radio services terminated, squawk 1200 for exchange approved.
Squawk 1200 for exchange approved, 41 Charlie, appreciate it. We've got about 8 mile final. Low country traffic, Cherokee 1541 Charlie, 8 mile final, RNAV 05, low country.
Alright, just waiting for that. So we are configured for landing, and I'm going to go over to the left main. Left main is in.
Are we configured for landing?
We are.
We have 10 degrees in?
No, not yet.
I gotcha.
That's my last thing to do. Just waiting for my first dot, for my first notch of flaps.
Roger that.
Alright, mixture is full rich. Alright, there we go. There's my first notch. Let's slow down a little bit just so I'll make sure.
Make sure you're not climbing right now either.
Yeah, now just slowing down. Alright, glide slope is alive.
So what airspeed do we look for on the approach?
About 90.
About 90, so trying to get some power in. Lower that nose.
3 miles to the west, out of 1,500 feet from the hospital, Mary.
So hold 2,000, yeah, just get that power in to counter that. Right at 1,900. Looks good. Low country traffic, Cherokee 1541 Charlie, 6 mile final, RNAV 05, low country.
All right, glideslope is captured.
Perfect.
All right, minimums 431.
Back to fleet traffic, Skyline 7457 Sierra.
We don't have the
3
field in
mile final,
sight.
Runway.
Climb straight ahead to 2100. Direct lamp key and hold. And again, parallel entry for that hold. All right, 1500 for 430 for 500. We'll call it 500.
All right. Low country traffic, Cherokee 1541 Charlie, 3 mile final, RNAV 05, low country.
All right, 1200 for 5. All right, 500 to go, 1000 for 5. Slow her down. Pull some power. 900 for 5.
Low country traffic, Cherokee 1541 Charlie, short final 05. Charlie.
And 600 for 5.
All right, go visual.
Woo! All right.
And this is what I saw once I went visual, and I'm theoretically out of the clouds. Not too shabby.
Runway in sight. Second notch of flaps.
Okay, so you know the drill. Let's cue the music. Let's get this baby on the ground.
Squirrely. All right, land lanes on, fuel pumps on. I might just go 2 notches here.
All right.
Depending on what I get over these trees. It's a nice runway.
Love it.
Aiken Regional Airport.
Are we going to the left here?
We'll keep going straight.
Sorry, okay.
Low country traffic, Cherokee 1541 Charlie, clear of 05, taxiing to Swamp Fox Avionics. So you see that big building?
Yes.
On the right? It's behind that building.
Okay.
So you see like there's a little taxiway we could go to.
So should we just
Yeah,
turn
I'd bring
here?
it to the right, then we'll go left.
Okay. There's some jets here.
Uh-huh.
Jets everywhere.
Yeah. There's a lot of King Airs that fly over here, PC-12s, Citations.
Wow, yeah.
I think it's a Hawker. Not Hawker. I forgot what that one's called. That's
Some high living down here, boy.
Yep.
I can see why it's growing.
Yes, sir.
It's almost like people discovered this area and they're like descending.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've been here all born and raised in Charleston, and
I know
I've
you've
just
probably
seen
seen
it
so many
grow.
changes.
Oh, my
yeah.
gosh. Like, when I was still living at home, it would take me maybe 25 minutes to get to the airport.
Uh-huh.
Now it takes like 45 minutes. Yeah, sucks. Great approach, though.
Thank you.
Really good job.
Thank you.
Just that PTAC clearance, we got to make sure to read the whole thing. He didn't say anything, but we want to read the whole thing, and some controllers will get on you about it.
So he said, so what? How did he say it again?
So he said turn right heading 020, intercept the final.
Okay.
Maintain 2,000 till established, cleared for the RNAV 05.
Gotcha. All right, so what do you
down
think?
Here. So the left one on the, right where those blockers are on the left side. And then that little shed back there, not little, but that shed back there is where we're going.
Gotcha. Looks like they're expanding this.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, let's make sure we got wing clearance over there.
So this building right here is where I did my spin training for CFI.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
These guys, Tabriz 170s, Cessna 170s, I think.
Wow.
Bunch of different planes. Okay, we'll go on the backside.
Okay.
Go back in.
This doesn't look like it gets much use back here.
Well, we sent a lot of our planes. Oh, yeah, the taxiway is awful. But Swamp Fox gets a lot of our planes.
Okay.
And you just pull in, hook the right side.
Gotcha. And swing it.
You can swing it, or you can just, they'll get a tow bar and pull it in. Usually they just pull it right up to the hangar doors.
Okay.
So you can just put us
right
here. Yep, perfect.
No, seriously, that was a great approach.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't have to hint at anything. You did it. You did basically everything on your own. So that's what we're looking for.
Yeah, I mean, and that's That, I will say that sim has really helped.
It's preparing you.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah, for sure.
That's what we want.
Yeah, because I'm understanding like the subtleties. So that's so twitchy. This feels a little easier.
Yep, exactly. I mean, you can move it in the sim like this.
Yeah,
and you're turning 30 degrees going.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so it's the end of day 5, and man, I gotta tell you, I'm getting closer. I really am. So all this is gonna be at the end of this video, just a huge praise report. That's all I can call this, for real, because when I woke up this morning at 4:30, knowing that I had to meet Jared at the airport to take Charlie over to an avionics shop to see if we could get something dialed in so that I could shoot these ILS approaches, and then do ground school while we were there waiting for the airplane, then come back with the hopes that the airplane would be fixed and we'd be able to do the ILS approaches, and then do those said approaches, and then do a mock check ride, then come back and do a post-mortem. All of that happened. All of that happened. I was so worried about what was going to happen with Charlie and this avionics issue. And long story short, basically there's a splitter, and I'm not exactly sure how the avionics work and connections to the antennas and stuff. And there's something that still needs to be kind of dialed in or something. But at any rate, the splitter that was in Charlie didn't have the glide slope attached or something. So the avionics shop put in a new splitter, connected it, and the ILS works with the glide slope and all of that stuff the way it's supposed to. Now I will say I'm going to be taking it to an avionics shop to kind of make sure that all of that stuff gets cleaned up, really kind of go through and do a hard diagnostic on all of that, because I have to use COM2 in order for it to work exactly the way it's supposed to, because with COM1, for some reason, the ILS is moving, the needle, and there was no glide slope. Now, there was a glide slope this time, but the needle's still moving. On COM2, for some reason, the needle is more planted the way it should be, and the glide slope comes in. So the bottom line is this. I have enough functionality in Charlie using an ILS approach that I'm able to use my own airplane as opposed to having to use one of the flight school's airplanes that has the same, you know, equipment, but not the exact same. And plus, I want to take the check ride in my own airplane. I am going to be able to do that. And I can't tell you how much of a blessing that is that that all worked out the way it did. So Charlie's good. Avionics are working properly. Some things I'll need to dial in on the back end. Oh, hold on, check this out. So actually, I think I did this approach as well into the airport. So see that airplane coming in? So I think they are coming in on runway 5. And I actually landed on that same runway. Crazy. So at any rate, check the box on the avionics. We also went through my ground school stuff, and I gotta dial some things in. One of it is making sure I understand the ILS, how it works, and all the components, which is GLAM, G-L-A-M, which stands for the glide slope, the localizer, the approach lights, and the marker beacons. Got it. But one of the things I need to dial in is the frequency. So I think it's 90 on one side, and I always forget what the other side is, plus the distances and the width. So that's what I'm going to be studying tonight before I absolutely pass out. and also some of the gyroscopic instruments. I was a little weak on that. So we did ILS approaches and a mock check ride. And so one of the things that I have to commit to, regardless of how rough the weather is, I have to be mindful of my altitude. That is my only weakness right now. Well, not my only weakness. I mean, I'm still going to be learning stuff even after I pass the check ride, and I'm passing the check ride. But you know, altitudes, you just have to be within tolerances, and I am not doing that to the best that I should. So I am committing to making that happen. And tomorrow is day 6, and so I will be doing all of that stuff. That'll be pretty much what I'll be doing. So I can't believe this is the end of day 5, and my last day of training will be tomorrow. And so next week, what you're going to see in day 6 is me basically going through, you know, all of the, you know, stuff through the simulator. I probably won't film any of that, but I will try to film some of the actual check ride maneuvers that we'll be doing. And then next week is the check ride itself. And yeah, it's coming down to the wire. So I don't want to belabor this outro. I am exhausted, but it is a good exhaustion. It really is. I've learned so much. I've actually become such a better pilot just in this 4 or 5 days that I've been down here. I have flown in some weather that I have never flown in before, in terms of like winds gusting 25 and bouncing around like crazy, and it's just like ho hum, you know, no big deal. And I will say that's the one thing I do regret, that I haven't had more opportunities to fly in more difficult conditions, because that happens. You know, you can't be a fair weather pilot all the time, because you may leave and the weather's great, and as you're coming back, winds pick up, and you know, you have to deal with it. So that's it, good people. So I am about to go get some dinner and gonna try to study a little bit while I'm eating dinner. And then, because by the time I get up here, it's gonna be curtains. It's gonna be curtains. So anyway, thank you for following along. One more day, day 6 on tap. Tomorrow for me, next week for you. And then that's it. That's all the training. And then, so tomorrow, day 6, Tuesday. And then the next day, the check ride, Wednesday. So that's it. Russ Kid, Russ Can Fly. I'm out, good people. Thank you so much for your support. Pray for me. Pray for me. Pray for me. All right. Take care. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.